Fanzone. Welcome to Goodison Park. How are we feeling this morning? It's an early start. Give me a cheer. Oh, you can tell it's an early start today. I need a louder cheer than that. Come on, how are you, Fanzone? Fantastic. Are you all ready for the Merseyside derby? It's an early kick-off. We have got loads to come for you in the Fanzone. So if you're not quite awake just yet, grab yourself a coffee and we'll get you wide awake. So don't worry, we've got lots of things coming up for you this morning as well. And don't forget, this is the first place you will get the team news. As soon as we are allowed to bring it to you, we get it straight from the changing room and you'll find out who is starting for both sides in this Merseyside derby right here in the fan zone. Something a little bit special as well today. Rivalry goes out the window, doesn't it, on certain things. This city has been shaken in recent weeks and months by the violence that's gone on our streets. We've seen so many tragic headlines, haven't we, recently? And we need both sets of supporters today to play their part. I'm sure you have heard and read about Olivia Pratt-Corbell, the 9-year-old, tragically murdered on our streets. Well, on 9 minutes in the match today, we want to make sure that Merseyside stands together. It doesn't matter if you are red or a blue today. On 9 minutes, we want everybody chanting Merseyside and a massive round of applause to show support to Olivia's family and all those that have been affected by violence in recent months in our city. I know you're all fantastic, so I know you will join in that, absolutely no problem. You'll see quite a bit going on for that as well. So on the 9-minute mark today, that's what we'll be doing here at Goodison Park. As ever, we're going to find out all sorts of things that are going on pitchside as well. So we'll cross to Sarah Halpin now, who is pitchside for us inside Goodison.
Thank you, Giulia. Yes, I am here, as you can see, pitchside inside Goodison Park. Ahead of this Merseyside derby, the nerves are there, but really, really excited. And we've got a really jam-packed, exciting show for you today. We're going to be speaking to Dave Lewis, who's Head of Safety and Security here at Everton. We've got Dave Kelly and Ian from Fan Supporting Food Banks, and much, much more. Fingers crossed we will be able to speak with Ben Godfrey ahead of kick-off, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully a great show coming your way, and hopefully a great match coming your way as well after. So stick with us. Back to you, Giulia.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. I know Sarah's got some brilliant guests coming up as well, pitchside. So, yeah, make sure you keep your eyes glued to the big screen ahead of kickoff because Sarah's going to have much more from inside. Also in the fan zone today, we've got our usual higher or lower competition. So I'll be looking for some contestants for that. It's your chance. Oh, you're pointing to somebody already. Are you going to play? You've just been volunteered. Fantastic. I've got one, so I'm going to... And another one. I think that's the fastest I've ever found contestants for higher or lower. Fantastic. Well, you two young men will be playing each other later on for a chance to win a stadium tour here at Goodison Park. We'll also be talking to a fan who I think may have travelled the longest distance to be here today, all the way from America. He's won a competition, never been to Goodison before. He is a huge blue. And what a game to come to, hey, for your first game at Goodison Park, the Merseyside derby. We'll be meeting Jonathan, who's from Washington State, a little later on. How about, though, I bring out a blues legend for you right now. I don't think I've ever had somebody dress quite so smartly either for the fan zone, so I love this. He has set the bar incredibly high. I'd like to welcome to the stage and fan zone, I want to hear the biggest cheer of the day for Kevin Campbell.
Hello, Blues. Who put the ball in the red shirt?
Fantastic. I mean, first of all, how dapper is this? We love the pocket square. We're loving all this. Blue as well. Blue shirt, blue tie, blue suit, blue pocket square. It doesn't get more Everton than that.
No, it don't. And look, this is for Everton. This ain't for the derby. This is for Everton. You turn up here, you come to the game, and I think there's a great chance today that we could turn them over. So come on, Everton.
I love that positivity. I mean, what's it like as a player on a day like this? I mean, we've just seen the team bus come down and all the smoke going off and it looked fantastic and we heard the cheers. But what's it like in a morning when you wake up as a player on these days? Does it feel slightly different to any other fixture, this?
Well, you try to say no, it doesn't, but of course it does. This is the local rivals. massive game. You know how much local pride is involved. I tell you what, it's much better being a player, because when you're a fan like I am now, it's like you see all the faces, everybody's nervous, and it's a difficult one. But being a player, you've got the opportunity to make so many Blues happy, and that's what the focus is, to go out there and try and win the game.
Yeah, it's the City bragging rights, isn't it, till the next game comes along. And Frank Lampard as well, you know, he's really got the club. You know, as soon as he's come in, he seems to have, you know, just worked out exactly what Everton's about. How impressed have you been with him? And also the transfer window, it's difficult. We know finances are a tricky issue at the moment. So how impressed have you been with him and what he's done so far?
Yeah, look, if I'm honest with you, I think it's sometimes difficult for Cockneys to get what Everton... It's the truth, to get what Everton means. Andy King got it, the late Andy King was a lovely fella. I got it. And you see Frank Lampard come in, and there's been many managers before him who didn't quite get what Everton about. I think Frank Lampard gets it straight away. The signings, they've had to manoeuvre because of FFP, etc. But I think the window's been pretty good. It'd be good to see Neil Maupay start today. Everton, I think, have missed a striker being at the top end of the pitch. But as I said, I think the signings have been good. I think the defence now looks a lot more solid. And, you know, I'm just excited for the game.
It certainly looks a lot more solid. Did anyone see Tarkowski wading in against Leeds? I mean, that's kind of what's been missing for a while, that kind of aggression.
Spirit.
That
A bit of spirit. And you know what? Anthony Gordon was involved in a little bit of a tussle. And the big boys from the back turned up. That's what you want.
That's what always happens, isn't it? Always need bailing out, don't they, the ones up the pitch? I was going to ask you as well, the return of Idrissa Gana Gueye as well this week. I know it felt like it was a long time coming. It was the worst kept secret of a transfer going, wasn't it? It took quite a few weeks, but it's happened. And I thought his quote was lovely about that if he was going to leave PSG, it was to go home, and that was to Everton.
I think to add to that, there were a lot of teams who were trying to gazump the deal to Everton. A lot of teams came in for him and were trying to get him to their club. But he said, I've agreed to Everton, so I'm going back to Everton. He feels comfortable here. He knows what it's like to play in front of you fans. So I think it's a really good signing. Obviously, he's got to get up to speed. But I think the Evertonians know what they're going to get from him. He's a player in the midfield who can break things up, put himself about. And he could really reflect what the fans want. The fans want somebody on there who can tackle, win the ball back, and set the team up, and that's what he's good at.
Let's talk about the opposition then in the Merseyside derby. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride for Liverpool, hasn't it? I mean, take out the take out the Bournemouth result. It's not been the start of the season. And do you think, you know, if Everton can get in against them today, start quickly, won't not be bullied off the ball, that, you know, there's a chance of getting something out of this?
Yeah, I think Everton are in the best chance for a long time here at Goodison to really get after Liverpool. Liverpool, you're right, haven't started well. We know how good they can be, but that's if you let them. So, obviously, all the fans have a part to play. Get behind the team. The team needs to be on the front foot and get in amongst them and really disrupt them. And, you know, if Everton take the lead, I'll tell you what, this place, the roof's going to come off this place.
I tell you what as well, sometimes that happens in a Merseyside derby, is people lose their cool. We're not going to see any red cards today, are we?
Well, I don't mind red cards for that lot, but not for the Blues. Not for the Blues today.
How do you go about keeping a calm head then? Because it is difficult, as you say, you know, the fans are whipped up into a frenzy. It means so much. How, as a player, do you try and ignore all that's going on?
I think that the first thing you've got to do is focus on this is a game that you need to win. I think that's the key. You know there's going to be intense moments. You know there's going to be incidents, tackles, and some physicality. But you've got to keep your head, because you know what? You're no good to your team going for an early bath. So, again, the team who can keep their head probably the best wins the game. And hopefully today that is Everton. I'm
going to ask you for a score prediction then.
2-1. I don't know why I said this. Coming over in the car, I was thinking 4-1 Everton, but I'll stick with 2-1 Everton. 2-1 Everton, I'll go
2-1. How do you think? Maybe go behind and then fight back?
No. I don't want Everton behind today at all. I want 1-0, 2-0, then they could score last minute. I don't mind. 2-1 Everton.
Fantastic. Kevin, it's been brilliant. Do you love meeting the fans? I know you always get stopped by them. Do you like that still?
Always. I usually meet them in the Winslow after the game, actually. But
there you go.
But obviously, it's always nice to come on with the likes of yourself and speak in front of the crowd, especially before the game. Always nice to meet Evertonians. And, you know, I've got quite a busy one today, so really nice to see you all. And I hope after the game we can see each other in the Winslow. Come on, you Blues.
The drinks are on, Kev. There you go.
Oh, really? Thank you very much.
First round on you. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your time.
Super Kev Campbell, he scores in a scramble.
Honestly, it's brilliant that you give your time to come in the fan zone. We really appreciate it. You are welcome anytime.
Thank you very much, and I will be back. There you go.
There you go. That's a promise. Kevin Campbell, everybody. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for getting us in the mood for the Merseyside derby today. If you all take a look at the big screen now, we're going to give you a little bit of a treat just to keep you in the mood as we get ready for kickoff. Here's some highlights of previous Merseyside derbies. There you go then, just getting you in the mood a little bit for kickoff today. Give us a big cheer then, Fanzone. Oh no, that was not good enough. Come on, give us another big cheer. That's a little bit better. Do you know, I'm going to talk to these young Blues that are here looking really good in their kits today and get some score predictions. Do you mind chatting to me? What's your name?
Cohen.
And what do you think for a score prediction today? Are you feeling confident?
2-1 Everton.
2-1 to Everton. So like Kevin Campbell said, 2-1. Who's your favourite player?
Townsend.
Townsend. Cool. Well, hopefully he'll be back as well from injury as well. What's your name?
Cade.
And Cade, what do you think the score might be today? Do you think Everton are going to win?
2-0.
2-0. So clean sheet as well. And who's your favourite player?
Godfrey.
Ben Godfrey. Oh, yeah. Were you upset when he was injured? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Not too sure. Okay, well, stay there because actually there's something with Ben Godfrey coming up a little bit later on the big screen, so that can be just for you as well. I'll tell you what, did you want to come and give me a score prediction? Come round here then. What's your name?
Sadie.
Sadie, and I like your kit today, and I like your badges as well. What do you think the score's going to be? Do you think Everton can do it?
1-0.
1-0. Who do you think's going to score?
Gordon.
Gordon. Oh, is he your favourite player?
Yeah.
And are you pleased he stayed?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, everyone's feeling quite confident there. Do you want to give me a quick score prediction as well? What's your name?
Elliot.
Elliot, go on then. Are you feeling confident this morning when you woke up and had your breakfast? In fact, what did you have for your breakfast? What was your pre-match meal?
Mackey's.
And Mackey's! Oh, the breakfast of champions. I tell you what, that is, I'm sure that's probably what Frank Lampard's had as well this morning. What is your score prediction then today? Do you think Everton can beat Liverpool?
3-0.
3-0?
Rondon's getting a hat-trick.
Wow. I tell you what, if that comes true, we're going to go and find him, and the Mackeys are on him next time because that'll be brilliant. I love that as well. I didn't expect that. I thought he was going to say Cocoa Pops or something like that. We're going to go back inside the stadium now because Sarah's going to be talking to our head of security and finding out a little bit more about what goes on when we're putting a game on like this.
Yes, thank you, Giulia. Now I am here in the matchday control room, and I'm delighted to be joined by a head of security and safety officer here at Everton, Dave Lewis. Dave, can you tell us a little bit about your role here and what you do on a matchday?
Well, the overall title is head of security, so anything that's got security involved in it, that. But more particularly on the match day, it's all about the health and safety issues and making sure people come and go from Goodison Park safely, and most of all enjoy a positive result. But our operation is designed to try and make them feel comfortable and secure while they're here.
Absolutely, that's what, of course, we want here at Everton, is every fan's experience to be of the best quality and everyone to feel safe and secure. And we know, of course, as well, Dave, that the Premier League are really clamping down this year on fan behaviour and all that sort of stuff, and it's really important that that's adhered to, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it's not just here, it's a league-wide issue right across all the leagues, really. Whether it's a throwback to post-COVID, we don't know, people not adhering to rules because they're sick and tired of being told what to do, but we have got ground regulations here and we need to adhere to them, again, to keep people safe, because one of the issues has been the use of pyrotechnics, and we needed some atmosphere at the end of last season, but some of the injuries people suffered through the use of pyros was just unacceptable, so we can't have that. And as people will know, we had an FA investigation after the pitch invasion again, which is another issue, and really pleased to see that people have stayed off the pitch at the end of the games that we've had so far. So it's been a good start to the season. No pyros, no people running on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely, because this is it, isn't it? We understand the emotions, of course, and everything that's involved. And as you said, the atmosphere towards the end of last season was incredible and helped us, but we certainly don't want to see people getting hurt, and we certainly don't want Everton to be getting into any trouble with anything like that. So far, so good this season.
Absolutely, yeah. The end of last season can't become normality. It's just, we can't live with that. The other issue we've got at the moment is persistent standing, because you appreciate today, a lot of the stadium will stand today. It's a one-off game, but I think we do need to look at customer care in places, particularly the Gladys Street, where people are standing, and we've got people behind who for whatever reason can't stand all game. So we've got to look after each other, and it's not play by the rules, but just stand at the right time and support the team as much as you can.
Absolutely, that's what we want. We want to see the game enjoyed by everyone, but in the right ways as well. And if anybody does encounter a problem here on a match day, they should report that, shouldn't they?
Absolutely, to the stewards, and we always try and keep anyone who tells us anything anonymous. You can use the help text line, which you will see on the LEDs going around the ground, and you can always email in after the game through the fan services account. So we're always here to listen, and if we can, hopefully fix the problems anyone has.
Brilliant. Well, Dave, thank you so much for helping to keep the ground safe and happy as possible, and hopefully we'll get a good result today, but celebrate it in the right ways.
Everything crossed.
Everything crossed, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dave. Back to you, Giulia.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. And let's just make sure that everyone enjoys the day today and that there's no comeback on the club whatsoever. Dave Lewis there, thank you very much for speaking to us. I'm going to get some more score predictions before we bring you the team news. Oh, do you want to come through and give me a score prediction? What's your name? And what do you think is going to happen today? Are you confident?
Not really.
Not really? Oh, well, it's my job to try and get you confident. What do you think? Is it going to be an Everton win, Everton draw?
2-2.
2-2. Okay, I think that some people would take that as well. Who's your favourite player?
Probably Onana.
Onana, yeah, he's pretty cool. He's really tall as well, isn't he? Really tall. Thank you very much. Tell you what, we'll get a quick score prediction from you as well. What's your score prediction?
2-0.
2-0 to Everton. And who do you think's going to score?
Gordon, probably.
2 for Gordon. Are you going to celebrate quite wildly if that happens?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Fantastic. What about you, sir? Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, mildly confident. Hopefully, I reckon it'll be a 1-0.
You won't care. Scrappy 1-0.
Don't care as long as we get the result.
Fantastic. And who do you think might score in that scrappy 1-0?
Cody, back post, corner.
That'll...
Just so I don't get any abuse in work on Monday.
That's the thing, isn't it? People get an abuse in work, isn't it? But do you know what? You were a bit down in the dumps the other weeks. Are you feeling more confident?
Yeah, 3-0.
Brilliant. We knew we'd get you more positive. I'm going to bring you the tip. Rondon, brilliant. There's a lot of love for Rondon today in the fan zone. OK, we're going to bring you the team news right now. I want to hear a big cheer for each one of the Blues that are starting today in the Merseyside derby. Here we go. This is how Everton are lining up. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 3, Nathan Patterson. Number 8, Amadou Onana. Number 10, Anthony Gordon. Number 11, Damari Gray. Number 17, Alex Iwobi. Number 19, Vitaly Mikalenko. Number 20, Neil Maupay. Number 26, Tom Davies. And number 30, Connor Cody. That is your starting 11 for the Blues. This is the bench today. Number 15, Asmir Begovic. Number 5, Michael Keane. Number 6, Alan. Number 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 23, Seamus Coleman. Number 27, Idrissa Gana Gueye on his return. Number 29, Ruben Vinagre. Number 33, Solomon Rondon. And 56, Stanley Mills. OK, that is the Everton squad for the Merseyside derby. What about the opposition then? Here we go. This is how Liverpool are lining up today. Number 1, Alisson Becker. Number 2, Joe Gomez. Number 3, Fabinho. Number 4, Virgil van Dijk. Number 11, Mohamed Salah. Number 19, Harvey Elliott. Number 21, Kostas Tsimikas. Number 23, Luis Diaz. Number 27, Darwin Núñez. Number 28, Fabio Carvalho. And number 66, Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's the starting 11 for Liverpool. And here we go. Here's the substitutes for the red half of Merseyside. Number 13, Adrian. Number 7, James Milner. Number 9, Roberto Firmino. Number 20, Diogo Jota. Number 26, Andy Robertson. Number 29, Arthur Melo. Number 32, Joel Matip. Number 43, Stefan Bojetic. And number 47, Nathaniel Phillips. There you go then. So that is the 2 sides for the Merseyside derby today. How are you feeling, Blues, now you've seen the lineup? Feeling confident? Where's Rondon? Oh, you had your Mackies and everything, didn't you? You'll have to change your prediction. I'll tell you what, we'll come back for a fresh prediction from you very soon. We're going to go inside Goodison now and get a little bit more reaction to the team news with Sarah. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you, Giulia. And now for a very, very serious note and a devastating note. So sadly, the last couple of weeks has been a really, really dark time for this city with the murders that have taken place. The tragic murders of Olivia Pratt-Corbell, Ashley Dale and Sam Rimmer have caused outrage and devastation across Merseyside and beyond. Our communities have already come forward to Merseyside Police with information, and a lot of work is going on behind the scenes, but we still want to hear from anybody who has yet to come forward, as even the smallest detail could help solve any of these murders. You can speak to police directly through the public portal mipp.police.uk or 101, or call Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. That's 0800 555 111. We please do urge anybody who knows anything to come forward, as we can't comprehend how devastating this time must be for those victims and their families and for the city. So please do what you can, and if you know anything, please do come forward. Thanks, Giulia. Back to you.
Yeah, make sure on 9 minutes today, it doesn't matter if you're a blue or a red today. We've seen it before, haven't we? Both sides of Merseyside know exactly what to do. It doesn't matter who you support on things like this. On the 9-minute mark, make sure you all stand up for a minute applause. And if you can, chant the word Merseyside as well. It's going to send a really strong message that the city has had enough of what is going on our streets right now. And it's going to just show some support when there's not much we can do for Olivia's family, but we can show them that we are standing with them. So make sure you do that on the 9-minute mark in the game today. Let's bring out another guest in the fan zone. Now, I know some of you have got up early this morning. These early kickoffs, you know, it does change the match day routine a little bit, doesn't it? Somebody, though, has had a very long journey to get here. And I'm delighted to say he's here safely and joining us in the fan zone, Jonathan Haley. Give him a big round of applause. Welcome to the fan zone. Welcome to Merseyside. Just tell us whereabouts you've come from for today's game.
Seattle, Washington.
Wow, fantastic. And this is because you are a huge blue. You won a competition. Just tell us about that.
Everton has provided a trip for us all the way over from Seattle, flight to London, trip up here to Liverpool. We've stayed in the Titanic Hotel. It's been beautiful, and going to the Merseyside Derby, so you can't beat that.
Absolutely. And is this your first game in the flesh?
Second game, first derby. We came 4 years ago against Watford.
Fantastic. And how has it felt this morning, just being around the city and around Goodison for a Merseyside derby?
A lot different than the Watford game 4 years ago. A little more excitement today. All the blue smoke and the coaches coming in was really cool this morning.
Yeah, did you manage to see the players arriving, yeah?
We did. We saw the coaches come in and all the songs and the smoke bombs. It was great.
You've done well, actually, to not get covered in the smoke as well, because a lot of people come out looking like a Smurf, so you've done really well there. I mean, what is it like, then, being an American following Everton for a start? I bet you have some early starts to get up for the games just because of the time difference.
The early kickoff is at 4:30 a.m. in Seattle. So
we're moaning about 12:30.
4:30 or like 6 usually is when the game starts, so pretty early. But being an American, toffee is great because if anybody sees you in your Everton shirt out, they always stop you and ask you because they're surprised. Most Americans are Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, so if you see a toffee out, they come up and ask you, oh, why are you an Everton fan? Everybody's always interested.
And your best mates are red, is that right?
My best mate's a red,
and he
yes.
tried to get you into Liverpool, but you were like, no, I'm a blue.
He was going to try to come with me on this trip and infiltrate Goodison Park, and we said, no way. It's not happening.
Fantastic. As well, what's it been like with the club? Obviously, you know, you've stayed in the Titanic, so you've got to see a bit of Bramley Moor as well. What are you making of that?
Yeah, we walked by Bramley Moor the other day. It was really, really cool. I mean, that's going to be an amazing location. And that area the city is going to build up, I think it's going to be awesome.
Brilliant. And maybe you can come back for that as well when the new stadium's there. Yeah. Do you have a favourite player? Is it a legend or is it one from the current crop?
My favorite player was, Tim Howard. Being an American, we all love Tim Howard. He's incredible. I did love Richarlison. Sad that he's gone. Current player, I'm really excited about Neil Mape. I think he's going to score today for us. Score on the debut.
Brilliant, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Tim Howard. And Landon Donovan, of course, as well, was very popular.
Brian McBride.
Yeah, definitely. Go on then, before we let you go and you get inside and, you know, soak in all the atmosphere, because I don't want to ruin any part of the morning for you. What's your score prediction today? Are you going to be a lucky charm?
1-0, Neil Mape, goal on his debut. And then we box it in and we stop him. Clean sheet.
Happy with that, Fanzone? Give Jonathan a massive Fanzone cheer. Thank you so much. And next time, make sure you come back and see us.
If we win, I'll be back next year.
Every derby, you're coming back. Thank you so much. We wish you a safe journey home. We've got Sarah back inside Goodison today. She is going to, I think she's got a guest with her right now. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you, Giulia, and I am absolutely delighted to be joined by Dave and Ian, who are the founders of Fan Supporting Food Banks here on Merseyside Derby Day. It's so important, isn't it, guys, that football transcends far more than club colours, as you say, and you're here today doing your bit for the city, both of you.
Absolutely, Sarah, and you've nailed it in that opening comment, to be honest with you. I think over the last 7 years we've run that campaign on the hashtag Hunger Doesn't Wear Club Colours, and I think quite significantly today for the Merseyside derby there's also a little derby taking place north of the border in Glasgow, and I'm standing here immensely proud that we've actually managed to get Celtic and Rangers supporters to do a food bank collection in Glasgow together, so it proves that fans can put tribal differences to one side and work together collectively and collaboratively. So yeah, it's a proud day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's incredible. That's really, really good to hear that. As you say, you know, there can be so much animosity between supporters when it comes to the actual football, but what's going on in the world and why people need this more than ever, Ian, it's massive, isn't it, that we're all in this together?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Sarah. I think you're spot on, and Dave's just again nailed it there. That, you know, look, for the 90 minutes here today, I'll be in the Liverpool end, he'll be in the Everton end. We'll all be supporting our team, won't we? Ferociously, and hoping that we both win. But this transcends what we're going to see in our communities, what we're seeing now with the energy price rises, food price rises. I think people are looking at the model of what we've created here and taking it and putting it in their own community. So as Dave said, we couldn't be prouder that Rangers and Celtic, Dundee United, they're all coming together. Manchester City, Manchester United. So there's a message throughout this country coming from Fan Supporting Food Banks, which unity is strength, and it's really important that we do that. But for the 90 minutes from R12,
we're going to hate each other.
Well, I just hope I can get near enough to the Bullens to hate them with a passion.
No, honestly though, listening to you both speak there, I'll be honest, it gives me goosebumps because unity is power. And as you say, we all know how it is in this city. Football is everything and we're always giving each other stick. But what's going on in the world? And it's kind of a sign to the powers that be as well, isn't it? That we will stand together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think in times of adversity, Scouts are well renowned for coming together and working collectively. And right from the very outset when we spoke about it, I don't want to donate a tin of beans to a Liverpudlian or to an Evertonian. I want to donate a tin of beans to someone who's hungry. It's irrelevant what your club allegiance is. If you're in crisis in the community and we can do something to get you out that crisis, well, let's do it, and it's a worthwhile thing. And I think we used a simple concept of 40,000 fans, 40,000 cans. There ain't no kids going to bed tonight hungry in Merseyside.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal with every match. Ian normally butts in now, but I'm 50,000 when we get over to 60.
Oh, 60 is it now?
60,000. Well, no, you obviously do this at Anfield as well in Goodison Park, and you know, to everybody watching, like you said, bring a tin of beans, whatever it is, or things people want. Just bring what you can, and you know, if everybody did that, or everybody who can do that did that, then we want to stop hunger and poverty.
We don't want to be doing this, you know. Something that we've always said. So this is a stick and plaster. It's fantastic, the solidarity that's being built, but obviously we've run a campaign called the Right to Food, and that's what we need. You know, this country needs the right to food, universal free school meals. But I mean, what we do is that. But I just wanted to touch on, obviously today, we've had the tragic murder of Olivia. We've seen what's happened in the city over the last 4 weeks. It's been horrendous for the city. And today, again, you're going to see a show of unity between Liverpool and Everton fans, which is absolutely magnificent, as Dave said, in adversity. You know, hopefully it'll give some comfort and support to the families of the people, you know, that are, you know, as the MP for Liverpool West Derby, been going to the King's Heath Avenue and speaking to the people, and it's devastated the city, but obviously Olivia, but other people as well. Yeah. So I think it's important today that the city shows itself as a unified force, and it will do in Goodison today. And you know, credit to the Evertonians and the Liverpudlians that have organised that. It's been, I think it'll go a long way and then help support the communities.
I absolutely second that and echo that. I think it's been a really dark couple of weeks for the city with what's happened, and we're all absolutely devastated. And you know, it makes you proud to live in the city and be from the city, doesn't it? Seeing how we all come together in times like this. We might bicker and that about the football, but we are very much together in this. And guys, I just want to say immensely proud of the both of you, and we're so lucky to have you both and everybody else involved in helping out. And you know, best of luck for today. I'll say a little bit less luck towards you there, Ian, but no.
I'd expect nothing less.
But no, thank you so much.
Can I give the score predictions there?
Go on, give us a score prediction there.
The winner for today will be the food bank, because we'll get our biggest collection of the season. So irrespective of what goes on in that 90 minutes today, from the bottom of our hearts, thanks to everyone who contributes.
Incredible stuff. I think that's the perfect way to round it off, guys. You're incredible, the pair.
Now let's smash them.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Giulia.
They seem to be having a lot of fun in there. Thank you very much, Sarah. Yeah, fans supporting food banks, doing a really good job right across Merseyside. They're here every single home game. You'll see the big purple van over there at the back of the fan zone. So if you can, bring something with you to a home game, and it's really, really appreciated. Who was happy in the fan zone this week when they heard Adrisagana Gay was back? Well, I tell you what, would you like to hear from him now? Unfortunately, I've not got him on the stage because he's got to warm up. We could have tried to get him here, but he's got to warm up, so Frank Lampard wouldn't allow him. But what we have got for you is a video if you take a look at the big screen.
Okay, Drissa, welcome back. How does it feel to be an Everton player again?
Not better feeling than coming back home, seeing my some brothers here, and I'm very happy to be here to help and to work hard and to give my soul for this team.
We know there was lots of interest in you from clubs around Europe, and why was coming back to Everton so important to you?
Because I'm in my home. I feel like like home, and I know everybody here, and seeing this team, following this team every week, how they play. So like I say to you, I cannot feel better in a better place than Everton. So that's why I chose to come back here and to give everything I have, and to give my soul to this team.
You mentioned it feels like coming home. What exactly is it about Everton that's so special to you, and what created that feeling the first time around?
They give me the chance to stay in the Premier League when I was in Aston Villa, and my first son was born in here. So, and it's a great atmosphere to the stadium, and people around here. It's like a family, and I feel very, very good when I was there. And even when I go to Paris, I keep contact with some players here, and continue to support the team. So for me, it's special. I tell to the manager, if I will leave PSG, it will be for one team, and it's for Everton.
There you go, the return of Idrissa Gana Gueye. It was a long time coming, wasn't it? But it finally happened on deadline day. Usually on a fan zone, we get the view of the opposition, but can't really do that today, kind of know what's going on. So we thought a bit of a more wider chat about the derby. So I've got two reporters from the Liverpool Echo, one red, one blue. Paul Gorst, Joe Thomas, welcome onto the fan zone. We will have a little chat, shall we, about what is going on. First of all, we've all just been saying, it feels quite early in the season for a Merseyside derby, this. There's been deadline day. There's been sort of, only a few games so far in the season. It's all come around quite fast. And then the early kick-off. Did you feel that way yourself?
Yeah, I did, actually. It was weird. It didn't feel like derby day. And then I was coming down Queen's Drive, and someone next to me was blasting out Spirit of the Blues. And it was kind of, okay, yeah, so it's a big game today, and kind of snapped me into focus. And yeah, I mean, it's always a big game, isn't it, the Merseyside derby, 241st today. And it has kind of come early. What is this, the 5th or 6th game into the season? We've just had transfer deadline day this week. It's an early kick-off. So the build-up has been noticeably subdued, I think, this week. Normally, everyone you speak to is asking you for a prediction or team news, and there hasn't really been too much of that, from my side this week. Joe might agree or disagree, but yeah, it has crept up, but it's here now, and I'm sure it's going to be a feisty one when it kicks off.
There was a lot of business going on at Everton this week, wasn't there? So I think a lot of people have been distracted. It ended up being quite a busy week with transfers. What do you make of the business that's been done? Has Frank Lampard and Kevin Thelwall done well, considering the restrictions on them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a good summer for Everton. I think that most supporters understand that this is a club that's in transition at the moment. There's a lot of rebuilding to do from, perhaps the mistakes of the past 4, 5, 6 years in the transfer windows. You can't deal with that in just one summer. I think it would. What I found really nice to see, wrote it in the paper this morning, was I think clearly this summer there's been a strategy. There's been a vision that you can see that the director of football, Kevin Thelwall, and obviously the manager, Frank Lampard, are trying to implement. They're trying to bring in a little bit of pragmatism, players that can come in, Premier League experience, resilience, do a job, improve the side straight away, the likes of Conor Cody, the likes of James Tarkowski, but also looking towards building a core foundation for the future going forward. James Garner and, of course, Amadou Onana, they're exciting signings. Probably would have liked to have seen another forward come in. I think, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we know, is a player that when he's fit and when he's firing, he's more than capable of getting into that England squad for the World Cup. But obviously, the injury issues that he's had over the past year are a little bit of a concern. So if he comes back and he struggles to regain his fitness, then there's probably a lot hinged on Neil Maupay. But perhaps with the exception of that, I thought it was a very good transfer window.
I was a little surprised with that Liverpool team news that Nunez starts. I just wondered, given the red card, would Jurgen Klopp throw him in on this? Because, you mentioned Tarkowski there and Cody. Frank Lampard will be saying, get in his ear straight away. Are you concerned at all? Or do you think he's learned his lesson?
I'd be more concerned if Yerry Mina was starting in Everton's defence as opposed to Conor Cody and James Tarkowski. They're not known for being wide-up merchants, aren't they? But I'm sure they'll be having a little bit of a nibble, little bit in his ear, and trying to get him to hit the switch again, which went off against Crystal Palace. And it was interesting listening to Jurgen Klopp talk yesterday. He said, I can't guarantee it's not going to happen again, but probably not going to happen tomorrow, because he's been putting an arm around the shoulder and the clip around the ear at the same time and saying, look, you know, you've let your teammates down. You weren't there for United, you weren't there for Bournemouth. Okay, didn't need them, but they could have done with them on was it Wednesday night against Newcastle. So big day for him. He's going to, you know, it's a baptism of fire, isn't it? Certainly out the frying pan into the fire as far as you know, your Premier League adaptation goes. But yeah, I think that will be a bit of a target on his back for the Everton boys to try and have a little bit of a nibble, a bit of a wind-up.
Quickly before we let you go, because I know you're both really busy, I was just going to ask you with that as well. Everton's squad, it doesn't matter, you know, how many transfers have been done. It's not as big as Liverpool's, and when you look at Liverpool's bench, it is stronger. Red cards will be something that Frank Lampard won't want to see either. But the derby's known for them. Yes. So what will he be telling them this morning? What will he be saying? How's he going to go about keeping cool heads for this?
Well, I think he'll want the players to be up for it. He'll want to, you know, Goodison is a ground that reacts very well to players that show passion and spirit on the pitch, and he'll be expecting that from the players. Obviously, what he will want to do is to stay the right side of the line, and that's what it'll have to be. You know, let's be honest, they're going to try and wind up Darwin Núñez, perhaps some of the younger players, where they're going to put a foot in, get stuck in, but it's just very much about kind of keep the right side of that line. You know, Everton have got the football and ability to challenge Liverpool. They don't have to turn this into a scrap in order to have a chance to win it, but obviously the more they can do that and get under Liverpool's skin, the best chance they'll have.
Really quickly then, quick score prediction from both of you.
2-1 Liverpool.
Oh, that was a brave man.
Yeah, 2-1 Everton, Neil Mopay winner.
Lovely. You got a bigger cheer. I thought that might be the case. Thanks so much. We're going to let you get in there, get your seats, get ready to report from the Liverpool Echo, though. Paul Gust and Joe Thomas. Thanks so much for your time. Take care. We'll see you again soon in the fan zone. Right, it's time for higher or lower. And I already had my contestants, didn't I? Do you want to come round here? And where's the little one here? Here we go. Let's find the little one here that was going to play. Right, this is your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people at Goodison Park. So it's your chance to go round and see all the little areas that normally they won't let you go in. So first of all, let's see who we've got playing. We'll start with you. What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. And who's your favourite Everton player, Daniel?
Rondon.
Rondon. There is a lot of love for Rondon today in this fan zone. All right, Daniel, let's find out who you're playing. What's your name?
Lloyd.
Lloyd. And how old are you, Lloyd?
8.
You're 8. Is that why you've got an 8 on the back? And who's your favourite player?
Pickford.
Pickford, Jordan Pickford. Do you think he's going to have a good game today?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, yeah. OK, we're going to start with Daniel, if that's all right, and then we'll come to you, Lloyd. So what it is, you just simply look at the screen. OK, if we want to spin round here. If you look at the screen, you're going to get cards. And all you have to do is tell me if you think the next card is higher or lower. Fanzone, you can help Daniel out as well. So here we go. Here's your first card. We may need a little bit of help. OK, most Premier League goals by substitutes. OK, Umanias, 4 goals. Andy Johnson, do you think that's higher or lower than Umanias? Fanzone, what do you think? Help him out. They're saying higher. It's up to you, Daniel. What do you think?
Higher.
Higher. You think higher. Let's take a little look. You think Andy Johnson is higher than 4? Oh, so close. That's not to worry, not to worry. We've still got some cards. All right, Wayne Rooney. Fanzone, what do you think? Premier League goals by a sub. Do you think Wayne Rooney is higher or lower than Andy Johnson? Okay. Oh, the split. There's no use when one's saying higher, one's saying lower, are they, Daniel? What do you think? You're on your own, clearly.
Oh, God. Lower.
You're going to say lower for Wayne Rooney. Let's see if it's lower than 3. Oh, no. 5. 5 goals for Wayne Rooney. OK, Fanzone, you've got to help Daniel here because these are really tricky today. So, Duncan Ferguson, is that higher or lower than 5? Fanzone, what do you think? OK, they're all saying higher. They have been known to be wrong, but let's see. What do you think?
Higher.
You say higher as well. Is Big Dunk higher than Wayne Rooney's 5 goals? It is 8. You've got a point on the board, Daniel. OK, Louis Sahar. Oh, these are tricky, aren't they, today? What do you think, Fanzone? Higher or lower, Louis Sahar? Oh, a bit split again. What do you think, Daniel? Do you think higher or lower than 8?
Higher.
You think higher. Louis Sahar higher than 8. Oh. 5 goals from the sub bench for Louis Sahar. Okay, here's your last card. Stephen Naismith. Fanzone, higher or lower than Louis Sahar's 5? They're all saying higher for Stephen Naismith. What do you think, Daniel?
Higher.
Saying higher for Stephen Naismith, so it needs to be higher than 5. It is. Well done. You've got 2 points today on higher or lower, Daniel. Just wait there. We're going to get Lloyd to play against you. Okay, Lloyd, do you want to come in here? Here we go. So the same thing. We're going to put some cards. Would you like me to ask the fan zone for help?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. They're quite often wrong, so you don't have to go with them. Here we go. Let's see what your cards are. Okay, Tim Cahill, 2 goals off the subs bench. Thomas Radzinski, higher or lower, Lloyd? What do you think?
Higher.
You're saying higher than 2. Let's see if you're right. Oh, just 3. All right, Tony Cotty. This might be a bit before your time, Lloyd, if you're only 8. What do you think? Fanzone, help him out. They're all saying higher. What do you think, Lloyd?
Higher.
You're going higher as well. Okay, we need higher than 3. Oh, this is a horrible topic. It's too tight. Too tight. Don't worry, you've still got a point on the board. All right, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Fanzone, what do you think? Higher or lower than 2 goals from the subs bench? Higher? A lot are saying higher. What do you think, Lloyd?
Higher.
You're going to say higher as well. DCL, is it higher than 2? Yay! 5. You're on 2 points, so you're now level with Daniel. Victor and Ichibi, what do you think? Higher or lower than 5? What do you think, Fanzone? They're saying lower.
Lower.
You're saying lower. Okay, here we go. Is it lower than 5? What? 8? Oh my goodness me. Okay, we're still level on 2 points. Daniel Amakachi here. Do you going to go lower or higher than 8? Fanzone, help him out. They're all saying lower.
Lower.
You're going lower. Oh, he's nervous, bless him. Let's have a look. Are you lower? We need it lower than 8. 2. You have won. Lloyd, you have won today. Higher or lower? Where's Daniel? I've got a prize for you, though. Here we are. You can have a match day programme today.
Yes,
Thank you. So let's have a big round of applause for Daniel. Well done. They were really tricky today. Lloyd, I've got a match day programme for you, but also that is your certificate that gives you a stadium tour for 2 people here at Goodison Park. Are you happy with that, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this little face. Give us a big smile into that camera there. Yay! Say, come on, you Blues.
Come on, you Blues.
I tell you what, you said your favourite player was Jordan Pickford. Are you going to have your photograph taken where he gets changed?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Are you going to make sure you send it into Everton so we can all see it as well?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, bless him. I tell you what, should we get all your family a quick score prediction? What do you think after Lloyd's won today? You've got to be going for the win.
1-0 Everton.
1-0. Who do you think's scoring?
Mopai.
A lot of people thinking he's going to get one on his debut. Brilliant, Lloyd. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for Lloyd there. Wasn't he cute? Absolutely brilliant. Okay, we're going to go back to Sarah now, who is inside our stadium today. But I'd just like to say thank you so much to everyone for your company in the fan zone today. I know it was an early one. A lot of people have been to Mackey's, as we heard as well, for their breakfast. So thank you very, very much for your company today. Please stay safe inside the stadium. Don't forget on 9 minutes as well, we're asking everyone to join a minute of applause and chant Merseyside as well in support of Olivia Pratt-Corbell, who tragically lost her lives. It's a time for the city to stand together, red or blue. It doesn't matter who you support. Make sure you join in that. The women are back in action at Walton Hall Park next weekend, so make sure you go to that. We'll see you again very soon in the fan zone. We're going to go to Sarah now inside Goodison. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Giulia. Yeah, kick-off just around the corner now, and hopefully we will have Ben Godfrey here very, very shortly. But just again, we'll run through that Everton team news for you. Just the one change from the side that faced Leeds just a few days ago. Neil Maupay is making his debut, and what an opportunity to do that here in the derby at Goodison Park. What a massive, massive game. He'll be looking to make his print on this. So that team news again for you. Captain Jordan Pickford today. We've got James Tarkowski, first taste of a derby for him, and Nathan Patterson as well. And Amadou Onana, who's been absolutely superb, it's got to be said, in the midfield recently. Anthony Gordon will be right up for this one. Damari Gray, unfortunately, should probably have had a goal against Leeds. Only VAR know how that one wasn't given. Alexander Iwobi, Mikalenko, Maupay there, as I said, Tom Davies and Connor Cody. So that is your team news for you. Hopefully, as I said, we will have Ben Godfrey for you soon. But for now, here's your pre-match interview with Alex Iwobi.
Alex, it's been a tough start, but Everton are scrapping for points, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're still trying to get our first win, but no better place than to start today, so hopefully we get the 3 points today.
Oh, how important is the Mersey derby to Everton fans? Bear in mind we're kicking off in an hour, so keep it short.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to not just us as players, but to Evertoners that are here coming to support and those that are watching, so hopefully we can get a result, not just for us, but for them as well.
And what about your Liverpool neighbours? They had a close call in midweek, the late goal. It shows how dangerous they are.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even though they've got a few injuries, they're still a strong squad, able to fight it out to the end and get that last-minute result. But I'm sure they have the momentum, but we are at Goodison and it's our home, so we have something to fight for.
Alex Iwobi there, and it has to be said, you know, talk about a transformation at a club. He has now become, I'd say, one of the first names on that team sheet. Absolutely superb. It's been fantastic to see that, and hopefully he'll have a good imprint on this game as well. As I say, hopefully we will have Ben Godfrey with us very soon. But now, before all that, here is the manager, Frank Lampard.
Frank, it's time to collect your first Premier League victory of the season, so how do you approach that today?
Well, as we approach every game, I think our performances have been good. Lacking a little something to get that win. I think we deserved it along the way, but you know, it's a big opponent in front of us today. We all know that. Huge atmosphere, huge derby, so we just focus on the game in hand.
Neil Maupay straight in, huge boost to have him as an attacking option.
Yeah, sure. We brought him in for that. We couldn't register him in time for the last two, but now he's here. He's had a week's training with us as well, which helps. So, yeah, can bring to the table what we brought him to the club for, which is as a reference as a striker, hold up, play movement, and hopefully goals.
Idrissa Gueye on the bench as well. Not quite there yet.
No. I mean, it's been a bit of a protracted transfer. Went over especially over the last week of where he's been travelling, not training, and those things. We'd love to get him straight in there, but we have to be sensible, and to be fair to the midfield at Leeds, worked really hard in the week and did very well, so we've got him on the bench to come in.
I suppose we know what kind of game to expect, but you know that Liverpool are going to keep going even to the 98th minute if it has to be. Dangerous side.
Always dangerous in any moment. That's the style that they've worked on and developed over the years, in the Jurgen Klopp years for sure. You know, intense team. Always a threat on the counter in their attacking play, their build-up, because they've got a lot of energy in their team, and we'll keep going. That's what top teams do, so we have to do the same.
Well, look who has joined me pitchside now. I am absolutely delighted to be joined by Ben Godfrey. I mean, we'd much rather him be on the pitch, and no one more so than yourself, Ben. Firstly, how are you getting on with your injury?
Yeah, really good. It's obviously tough, devastated to be missing out on doing what I do best, which is play football, but it's part of the game. So things are going well in terms of injury every day, improving. Just looking forward to be back now.
We can't wait to have you back, Ben, and it was an awful thing to see the first game of the season as well. How have you been getting on? Obviously, psychologically, it must be challenging too.
Yeah, it's like, mentally it's tough. It is tough. Football's all we know, so for that to be taken away, it's difficult to deal with, but I'm lucky I've got people at the club, my teammates, my family, friends, everyone, kept me going, make sure, reminding me that it's only a temporary thing, and as I said, I'll be back soon.
It is only a temporary thing. I know I was going to say I'm getting absolutely clattered by the footballs here now, but no, Ben, we can't wait to have you back on that grass. And obviously, there's competition now as well, which is good to see. The likes of Tarkowski coming in as well, and Conor Cody, obviously a bit older than yourself, some Premier League experience, but leaders like yourself as well. How good is it to have players like that in the team?
Yeah, great additions, good guys and good football players who don't need telling that. We've seen them play over the years, but they've made massive improvements in terms of personality, and additions to the squad. Great guys to be around, and we'll use every bit of that. They'll help us and kick us on.
Definitely. Well, we can't wait to see you back on the grass. Obviously, you know yourself, you're a massive fan favourite. We love the fact you're a hard tackling. You get stuck in, you love a slide tackle, and you carry the ball forward as well.
That won't change after this either, so don't worry about that.
So you knew what I was going to say. Absolutely. You're still going to be getting stuck in, Ben.
Oh yeah, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Been through thousands of tackles and it's only happened once, so I'm back at it as soon as I get back.
Do you see all the gifs and stuff on Twitter and Facebook that the fans do of you, steamrolling in?
My family and friends see them. Yeah, they have a laugh at them. I think they enjoy it when fans make stuff like that. So I keep doing it. But yeah, I do see them now and then.
Absolutely, and had messages of support and encouragement from the fans as well through this difficult time for yourself.
Yeah, just thank you for your support. I've received messages, not only fans as well, players and everyone involved in football. So thank you for your positive messages. It definitely helps.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you back, as I say, and hopefully not too far away now. Do you have a rough sort of time scale on when you'll be, or are you just playing it by ear?
Just play it by ear. Be a couple months, but just take each day at a time, and when it's right, it's right.
Definitely. Now, on this game as well today, of course, the derby, we know you want to be out there. You'll be screaming from the stands. It's massive, this, for us. Obviously, we're very unfortunate, it has to be said, not to have a win yet. I think the team's been playing really well. It'd be a great day to get that first win on the board, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. I was just saying that over there. We haven't had a win yet, but we don't feel down or anything around training. Everyone's positive and everyone's full of confidence, and what a day it would be today to get the win. I know everyone in here would be absolutely buzzing with that. So yeah, fingers crossed. If our plans work. I won't tell you too much about them, but I believe in the boys that we can come away today with winning the game.
Definitely. Well, keep them plans under your hat. We don't want to let them know anything, mate. We want to catch them by surprise. But Ben, thank you so much for your time. Sincerely, all the best in your recovery, and we cannot wait to see you back there, slide tackling into people in that royal blue. Thank you.
I'll be back. Thank you.
Cheers, Ben. That's Ben Godfrey there. What a pleasure it was to speak to him. That is about all for now on Everton Live. We will see you next time, but for now, it is the derby. Come on, you Blues!